Dusty Futon podcast is a product of the Dusty Futon LLC and Dusty Futon Productions. Go to dustyfuton.com for more information. Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Dusty Futon. Thank you for tuning in week after week for new, local, independent talent, artists, musicians, and the like. We like to bring them and dish them up to you right here on the Dusty Futon. If you like what we're doing, please subscribe to us on iTunes, Google Play Music, TuneIn, Stitcher, any of those places. And feel free to give us a comment and let us know how we're doing. And this episode is brought to you by Backstage360.com, the musician's media. The Dusty Futon is a musician's podcast bringing you the raw musician and what they bring to the table. Backstage360.com works hard to bring you even more with creative write-ups, professional interviews, and stunning photography. Backstage360.com also assists with the promotion of events, products, tours, new music, and they provide an overall insider's peek into the impedimenta of the backstage. Backstage360.com. They truly are the musician's media. This episode features a band called The Rock. Now, these guys have been around since 1986, formed by Thomas and Adam, who used to be in separate tribute or cover bands. They both knew each other and decided that they wanted to do some originals, so they picked up Danny and Andy and formed The Rock. And right now on the Dusty Futon, they're going to debut a couple of songs for us. So let's go ahead and jump right into this episode.
We're still 6 minutes early.
Good.
Wow,
Right?
that never happens.
How does this happen?
What?
Venues must love you guys because you show up on time, early even. I'm pretty sure I saw you out in the parking lot before I even showed up. Like, you beat the host here. That's embarrassing.
Hello. That's the only way I can make sound of it.
Kylo Ren has joined us today for this interview.
All right, and let's check the third mic. Are you guys going to share that one?
I suppose so, yeah.
Okay.
Whatever's easiest, yeah.
Okay. We are good to go.
Do you have some headphones?
Yeah, they're back there. We don't have an extra set. I'm sorry. Shit. This is why I've got new gear coming.
Danny's just going to have to be really loud, so you're going to be like,
Back in the 90s!
Give him a drumstick. He'll be loud enough.
Oh, I love it.
Some pots and pans.
We got those.
pots? What? You have some pots?
Yeah, and pans.
Well, let's go out back. Smoke it. No. Intermission. Please hold.
All right, let's...
Oh, thank you. Oh, I feel Johnny Carson or something. You know? We're on a game show.
No, that was
Door number one.
Herb Albert and Tijuana Brass. Dating game, yeah.
Do you have a pen?
A pen?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
We have a 25-year-old gentleman from San Francisco.
Please
Contestant
welcome.
number one, tell us your name. Bachelorette number one, I bring you flowers to the date. What do you bring me?
Oh, you see. I suppose I'm supposed to say something.
I don't know
Both
what
my
happened
parents.
there.
Both my parents.
Both my parents.
Yay! Welcome back to the Dusty Futon, everybody. We have The Rock in studio with us. No, not Dwayne Johnson.
Curtis.
Curtis Johnson. Isn't that the 50 Cent?
That was his little
Is
brother.
that his
50
name?
Cent. Yeah, I got that
I have
way
Fitty.
off.
It's Fitty, yeah.
I'm sorry.
Fitty.
Yeah, wow.
Wow.
So off. No, we got The Rock. They're a 4-piece rock and roll band out of San Diego. And what the fuck? 1986 you guys formed? That's about when I
Nice.
formed. That's pretty brutal.
When I still had my teeth.
Back in my day,
I can't believe it because you guys are all a bunch of prepubescent teenagers, sitting here. Danny, he's just barely getting there. I'm pretty sure he drew most of that on.
I'm getting gray.
getting?
I am getting gray, yes.
It's the touch of gray, that you buy on the shelves of the stores. But anyway, thank you guys for braving the roads and coming out here and joining us here on the Futon today. Even though, yes, disclaimer, it's not really a futon right now.
It's comfortable,
actually a
though.
couch.
It really is.
That's
yeah.
the important thing,
Exactly.
right? The futon is actually a state of mind. It's somewhere deep within ourselves that we all go and take a seat. And hey, everybody say hello to Lindsay. She's going to be taking some photos here and
The live studio
smiling
audience.
for you. Yes. She's going to be our Vanna White this evening.
Very nice. Very nice.
Excellent.
Thank you.
But no, so you guys are a rock / blues band straight out of 1986. And so I got to ask, all you guys have been around in the band since 1986? Or do we had some interchangeable members?
A lot of different stuff going on.
Okay, who started the band originally?
That's loaded.
Is that a loaded
Is he
question?
even
or
here
what?
today? Just
Yes,
kinda
he
get, like,
is.
passed
I'm going to
on?
start this thing off. 85, I made a phone call to Thomas, and I'd about been fed up playing the commercial music for a while, and I wanted to
Commercial
touch base.
music like a DJ,
you know,
like
copy
bar
tunes,
mitzvahs.
Covers,
you
yeah.
know,
Okay.
like Aerosmith
Oh, okay.
and all, you know, but
Not that that's a bad thing.
not a bad thing. But I gave Thomas a call, and he said he knew a bass player, and I said I knew of a really great guitarist who's sitting next to me right now. And we got together, and things took off really super quick, real fast.
So you and Adam have been together pretty much the entire time since '86.
Yeah, actually, before that, we used to play in a couple of cover bands. Prior to that, I mean, we go back to around 1982.
So it sounds like
You know-
both of you guys were kind of in some cover bands and met each other, network, as you know most bands usually do, playing around, and then just decided you guys wanted to do some originals and make your own music, kind of do your own tangent.
Yeah, we at the point that the rock came together, we were actually playing in different bands, and you know, he called up and said, "Hey, you know, we got this thing going. We need a guitar player. You want to come check it out?" And I'm a music whore. Yeah,
Aren't we all? Aren't we
To
all?
put it lightly, yeah.
that's yeah.
Excellent. So
Why not?
So Andy, when did you come along and mix?
Just recently, actually, you know, we've been friends since the '80s. We've all known each other. We played in different groups. You know, musicians all know each other. I was in another band, a band called Crystal back in the '80s, and we got signed to a German distribution deal years ago. So yeah, but we've known each other forever, and you know, I've worked with these guys on numerous occasions doing shows and you know, in different iterations of bands and things like that. So you know, when they called me up, I said, "Yeah, I'm ready. I'll do it." Yeah, because I've always respected their music, and I'm just happy to be here.
It's funny that you say, you know, that everybody kind of networks as we always do in bands, and how small of a world it is that we live in. Because I was kind of doing some research on you guys, and I saw that back in the day, you guys had a little bit of a past with the local radio station KGB FM. The funny thing, me and Big John actually got started. We met out of KGB FM in the
Yep.
hallways,
Wow.
working there.
Right in the hallway, right out there between Rock and KGB.
Exactly.
And you guys are the Rock.
Also ironic.
Yeah, we kind of got work with them a little bit during they used to do their Rock Wars shows all the time out the Bacchanal.
Yeah.
And we did the first Rock Wars for KGB in '86, which Crystal also
I
was
saw that
part
on the
of
ticket,
that.
and so I was wondering, there was the connection right
exactly.
there. Right? Okay.
And Crystal, The Rock, and a band called Colors were the three finalists for that year. And Colors took first, I think.
Yeah, you guys
and
came
then-
real close.
And then I think we had second, and Crystal
Yeah,
had
87,
third. So,
you guys took second, and you still got out of that 20 hours of studio recording at Mixmasters?
yeah.
That's pretty good. For
Yeah, which was good because the first place spot got a chance at a record deal
yeah.
with Chrysalis, and doing the Rock War shows. Tom was talking with all the record execs that were there. You know, they were judging the show.
Okay.
So we already got some connections to the record companies by doing the Rock Wars.
Yeah, it's kind of like an American Idol. You know, the people who
Yeah.
don't win still end up
Exactly.
getting hooked up somewhere.
Exactly.
Usually they
So,
get a better deal.
They get the better deal.
Yeah.
So we ended up getting those contacts, but what we needed was product to give them. So by winning second place and getting the 20 hours of recording, it gave us the opportunity to go in and actually record
Wow.
our demos
Wow.
to get them.
Right?
problem
Silver
was,
just
though,
as shinier gold.
that those recordings never actually, they didn't grab the sound of this band. So the power wasn't there, and it wasn't representative, you know, of what we do live. So when we went into the studio, we had these high expectations, and when we came out, we were pretty disappointed with the sound of those tracks. But it's a heavy rock band,
Yeah.
and they didn't capture that feel or that sound. So it's a little disappointing.
Got
but
your
yet-
money's worth.
so we pursued, right, right. Take that. We went on and we tried to work with our dream was always to be on Atlantic Records, and just so happened that Atlantic had approached us and said, "We're interested in you." So there was a fellow named Nick Loft that was working at the station, at the record company at that time. So we went and pursued that because that was what we figured. All of our heroes were on Atlantic. Let's grab that. Yeah. Chrysalis was number 2, and then everything else. And the person that wanted us the most was A&M Records. I mean, they wanted us, but
Herb Albert and the T1.
Yeah, and that's exactly true. But we never ever went that direction. They were the most enthusiastic about us, but we never ever pursued that because we were very much interested in Atlantic Records. That was that.
Right. That was the holy grail.
Yeah.
Couldn't aspire for anything different. Yeah. And you're going, how would you let A&M go? Why? But I'm sure you had your reasons and stuff. So speaking of the power, the music, I kind of want to get a little bit of a taste of this. I want to believe the words that he's telling me. Love is the light.
That's just brand new.
Yeah, you're getting new stuff.
What?
You're getting unrelated. You're getting debuts.
Wow. We don't get too many of these anymore, but hey, it's time to bring one back. Kim, I'm going to let you take this one. Go ahead.
She has no idea what you just threw her away.
Huh?
She was not paying attention.
I was not.
She's like that kid in the back of class who's like, "What?
What?
No,
raise my
honestly,
hand."
that was probably the first time she didn't have something to say.
It really was.
What's the underneath of that bust look like?
Love is the Light by The Rock, untitled album.
There's the power you were talking about.
Stand by me, and I will stand by you. When we're together, there is nothing we can't do. Life has its moments when we're feeling blue, but we believe we can always see it through. No mountain too high, no valley too low, no, for the shroud of darkness, the light of truth will show that love is the light that shines on you and me. Yes, love is the light. It's all anyone needs. Oh yeah.
This is awesome. Nice voice, Thomas.
Thank you.
Got some power behind there. That's got some like some Lou Gramm ferocity behind it. I like
Check
that.
it out. Faith is gold that can make us rich. When we believe there can be no hitch. When we are together, I can see that it's true. When we believe there is nothing that we can't do. No mountain too high, no valley too low, no, oh, the shroud of darkness, the light of truth will show that love is the light that shines on you and me. Yes, love is the light. It's all anyone needs. Woo! Oh, you better believe. Yes, love is the light. Can you hear what I say, child? One day we'll all get it right.
Jeez. I feel like I have so much to say about everything that's going on.
I
But
know.
every new piece of the song is just getting better and better, and I don't want to step on it. But this is epic. So Love is the Light. Who wrote this song? Who brought it? Who's the lyricist? You guys are all pointing at each other like we all kind of wrote it.
Adam and I put the we basically wrote
You guys
this song
collaborated
together.
and came
Yeah,
together with this.
yeah.
Now, what was the inspiration?
And Danny, of course, puts his spin on everything, and of course, Andy,
Right.
wonderful bass parts. It's a collaboration, and that was always the greatest thing about this band is that the things that we do most of them together.
Is it about a particular event necessarily, or is it just kind of like an underlying message? You know?
Actually, in my world, it's everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Love is the light that shines on you and me. Oh, you know it's true. Come on.
Didn't expect it to end right there.
Because you wanted more,
It's
right?
like, that was a quick 5 minutes. You're having a good time, you must have been. That was a great song. Love is the Light off of upcoming album, TBA.
Which is actually
dot,
to be
dot,
called Love is the Light.
To be called Love is Light. Okay, so that's going to be the name of the album. So it's the title
Has
track.
it all been? Have you laid down all the tracks yet?
We're getting close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool. Are the songs written? You're just getting in the studio?
No, they're actually most everything's. There's some things that have been done. So there's going to be some old and some new, and we'll
cool.
play. Depending on what you guys would like to hear, we have a couple other new songs, as we'll call them, and we could go back and hear some of the old stuff, which is really cool too. So it kind of all fits together.
Was it the same lineup that recorded the Nothing Comes Easy?
Yeah,
It was all you guys?
yeah. Yes, it is.
Nice, nice. So those of you guys who are listening that have heard these guys before, or at least going, this sounds really familiar. Maybe I have. They actually played last year at the San Diego County Fair in 2017. This is another Battle of the Bands that you guys were doing?
Yeah.
You guys are a highly competitive band, I noticed.
That's right.
It's like, we'll take you on and take you down.
Watch out.
You guys are all over the place. And then, of course, you also probably are going, wait a minute, hold up. Didn't we just see these guys at Mayride? You guys came out and hung out with us on the 19th at Mayride.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
That was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Epic.
It was so good. It was so good seeing you guys there on that great sunny day outside.
Still can't get that
I did
gas
bring the
smell out of
sunscreen.
my clothes, no matter how many times.
I still have blisters on my fingers. So.
I'm still exhausted from that gig.
You guys put on a great show, and those groupies, man,
All
Danny,
over
you
the
could
place.
not keep them off of you.
Really? Did you see that one naked one down in front?
They can't. They can't keep their clothes
Yeah,
on.
she
exactly.
eventually was arrested. I don't think she's going to be coming out for a while. Apparently, they frown on that kind of thing now. I
Well,
thought this is
Yeah.
America,
There was a
right?
kid from
And especially when our drummer tries to wear the clothes. So.
Wait a minute.
The element of surprise.
But it is a Harley store. I thought it was all.
That's what I'm saying, right? It's kind of the culture, right? I was reading Easy Riders magazine before this, and this is like total false advertisement.
I know.
Come on, you guys.
I came to a Harley store to see women.
Naked women.
Well, I prefer with just some
Scantily
dressed
clad?
women. Yes.
Nice, nice.
Little
Okay, now
pasties.
then I have to ask. Then, are you like? Do you like the women that are like naturally stacked, or do you guys like the National Geographic kind of like? That's always what you get in those Easy Riders magazines.
Hey, it's as long as the bottom of their shirt still covers them, we're okay.
I think
Right?
the term
like,
you're
"Hey,
looking
show us
for
your tits."
is.
She lifts her skirt up. She's like, "Yeah, give me that."
Have you guys? Okay, I got to throw this out because I freaking love this song. Have you guys ever heard of Wheeler Walker Jr.?
Maybe I think I have.
He has a song that says, "Drop 'em out, let me see them titties, and take a long look at them tiggled bitties." Ariel's looking nice, nipples looking so pretty. Come on, let me looking at your boobs. It's freaking awesome. You should look it up.
Wait a minute,
It's
let me-
called.
We got to get him on.
Let me flash you.
No thanks. Put that away.
Lindsay, why weren't you taking pictures? This is some good material.
She's so checked out right now.
All right, let's rewind.
She's over
back
there
a little
tweeting because that's the new thing, apparently.
Let's rewind back just a little bit. I mean, I feel like it's too obvious, but maybe not. The name of the band, The Rock, where does that come from? Because I also am thinking over here that he came from a band called Crystal, and I'm like, hold on, were you guys cooking
Hey.
back in the 80s? Is that how you guys bought your instruments? Sound a little on the side. What's going on here, really?
I'm sure there's a few people that lost their instruments that way.
Yeah, right. Yeah, they sold our instruments for crack. It was backwards.
We still got to play, though.
I used to do radio commercials with a guy named Jeff Dean years ago. And
Oh, God, I remember
Jeff Dean on KGLR in the morning.
He gave us the band that keeps you up all night connotation. It's like, oh my gosh, you got to be kidding me. So we had the reputation, even though, it's like, okay, great.
Well, it's the 80s, whatever.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Oh, the 80s. The best things came out of the 80s. This guy, right?
That guy. That's the best thing. Oh, shit.
We're in trouble.
Oh, snap.
Kim, you look like you have something to say.
Why do you want me to say something? I don't know.
Because you've been really quiet. And
I know. It's
frightening
really
me.
not quite like me, is it?
Like she's plotting something.
You know?
Every time women are really quiet, they're just like waiting for that opportunity to strike. It's like the argument. That's the time when you should be worried the most is when they're really quiet and they stand there and they're just like,
everything's
That's
okay.
the prep time.
I think-
exactly. It's like, go ahead, lay it all out on the table because I'm going to blow you out of the water.
No, you're in trouble if she's like really quiet. Then when
She
she
has
does say
not
something, she
crossed
does
her
that little
arms
does that little head thing.
Yeah, exactly. Kind of
like-
smile, kind of nods at you a little bit like, yeah.
Is anything wrong?
No. Yep.
Nope, nothing wrong.
Yep.
So you guys are all
Are you okay?
married or what? Like, nailed
There,
it.
right when you say that, their tails went between their legs, and they're like, yeah.
Yeah, mine are in the freezer, so yeah.
Oh, snap.
Hold on, the drummer's over there. He's shaking his head. He's like, hell no.
What is it Sam Kinison used to say? This will be in my purse or in the refrigerator.
Exactly. That's what I was talking about. Oh,
Of
yeah.
course, they're not married.
You won't be
Kim.
needing these anymore.
You won't be needing this anymore.
That's so terrible.
Set it on fire. Muzzle
Well, I wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
No. Obviously, they're not married because they're in a fully functioning band.
Wow.
I'm going to leave that one alone, Tyler.
Is there ever a fully functioning band?
Yeah,
Smell that? That's bridges burning right now.
who said we're functional?
I know. Exactly.
Sorry. This conversation's gone.
No.
So, yeah. So in that song, I heard a lot. I heard, from what I take, a lot of like 70s power rock. I kind of sensed a little like Dio, all forms, a little bit of Rainbow, things like that. Where do you guys
Whitesnake.
get all of your influences from? I have a feeling that you all have a little bit of different stuff. You seem like the heavy metal guy. Adam.
Oh, me? Oh.
Adam seems like the heavy metal.
Yeah, that would be.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll tell you, it's funny because usually the dynamic is, like that song there, we literally wrote it while we were rehearsing something else, and
It just kinda spawned out of nowhere?
well, yeah, because we'll be like having a break or whatever, and I'll just be screwing around on the guitar, and that's how that one came up. I just started doing the opening rhythm to it, and they're like, "Hey, that's kind of cool," and then he joins in, everyone joins in, he's over writing down stuff, and
That's awesome.
that was the song.
That's awesome. The best stuff
It is-
usually happens by accident, which is
Yeah.
why most of
Yeah,
us are probably
spontaneous.
here today.
Well, completely. We know you are,
I was
Mr.
not on purpose.
And then
No.
then the songs that Tom writes, usually he'll write on an acoustic and he'll bring it in and say, "Hey, guys, check this out." And by the time it's done, it sounds like Dawkins.
Right.
So
Started out like Neil Diamond and then Dawkins. Yeah.
took a left turn
Yeah,
somewhere.
yeah.
Either way, you get panties thrown at you, right?
it becomes Neil Dawkins.
Neil That sounds like a great tribute band.
Yeah,
we should
Neil
get together.
Dawkins.
Let's do this.
Could you imagine
that
doing
mashup?
"Hey, Hey, My" in the style of George Lynch? Yeah.
Can we?
Yeah, there we go.
please? I'd pay so much money to hear that. Take
That
a
would
look,
work.
please. Thomas, how about you? Where do you come from?
Led Zepp. I liked everything from the Stones, for the Beatles, all that stuff in the early days, and then went on to like in the heavy. You nailed it when you were talking about Rainbow and things like that. That was a good time. I liked that stuff, but early days, I really, really liked Robert Plant. I mean, Robert Plant and I just, I really did a lot of what I did based on what he did. Yeah, as I've gotten older, I can still hit notes. I just don't do it as often like I used to.
Yeah, it gets a little rougher.
You know,
like Brad
smart.
Dell from Boston, he even said, if I knew I was going to be playing this stuff at 50, I would not have written those notes so high.
There you go.
Right?
And you know what? I went off and I played in 2006, many, many years between we always would stay in touch, but we never really put this thing back together until recently. I went off and I auditioned for Blood, Sweat, and Tears, and I was on the road with them for a decade, and as their singer on and off, and I still actually work with them from time to time. So we've all got things and nice feathers in our cap that has, been really cool.
Brag away. We don't mind.
Yeah.
I mean, that gives us another, what is that? 7 steps to whatever.
Oh, 7
Kevin's
steps of relation to Kevin Bacon.
Kevin Spacey or
6
Bacon.
degrees.
6 degrees.
6 degrees.
Yeah. We always want to. We want to.
No.
Yeah, I know. Fuck that
It's
guy.
7 now.
Bacon.
Don't you?
It's
There's
7?
inflation, for God's sake.
Yeah, exactly.
But
But anytime we can get one step closer to,
Well, no, if it's inflation, then it'd be
legitimacy.
5 steps. It's always cutting something
I
off.
thought it was like 2 steps.
Yeah, I know. They just cut steps and they just spread the rest of the work amongst everybody else. That's how corporate America works.
It's delegate. It's delegation.
There you go.
Exactly. Danny, where do you come from? What
let's
makes
talk about Danny, yeah.
Where do I come from? Oh, let's see. I was born.
I was
A poor black child.
manufactured in Oaxaca, Mexico.
Okay,
I mean,
let's
Pecho in Mexico.
banged on the pots and pans at a very young age. As soon as the Beatles came on Ed Sullivan Show, it was a done deal. I knew exactly what I wanted to do.
So Ringo was your inspiration.
It was the Beatles. You know what?
Show's over.
You know what? You know what? A lot of people knock Ringo as a drummer. Sure, Buddy Rich and Bonham did circles around him. It's how he played the songs, how he played the backbeat, and how he put certain beats in certain songs and did stuff that made the Beatles. All 4 of them individually were unbelievable.
I can't argue with that.
But, Beatles, Led Zeppelin, Janis, Jimi Hendrix, The Doors, had older sisters, used to steal those albums and go and put them in my room and play
Well,
'em.
wait a minute. I got
you
to
had cool
butt in.
sisters.
This guy in his people used to think he was the next coming of Keith Moon. I mean, honest to God, the guy was a freaking maniac. And so when
we heard some of it.
when we would watch him play, and believe me, he was the first guy at in our early years where he had bands, and we would all go watch him play. And Danny's amazing. He's just a real showman, and he hits those skins really hard.
That's what she said. Very nice. Well, we definitely saw that in Mayride. He gave us a little bit of taste of that one. So thank you so much.
Well, thank you very much.
The ringing is still going away a little bit in my ears at the time. So
Yeah.
excellent. So now, last but not least, we got to come down here to Andy.
Andy.
Yeah, I all of the above. I was influenced by all that rock stuff, also jazz, classical, because I was trained as a horn player and a drummer and a guitarist.
What kind of
before
horns did you play?
I played trombone, believe it or not.
Really?
Yeah. So it's very sexy instrument. Really.
I actually brought a trombone with me today. Believe it or not. Well, they were mini trombones. They're actually slide whistles.
You don't know how many women I
Close.
got playing that trombone, man. I'm telling you.
And by got, you mean got in the face and knock them out.
Oh, sorry about that. Exactly.
No, he's
Some of
just
them liked
he's
it.
just talking about that slide action.
Oh, is that what it was? Oh, okay, got it. Yeah, my dad was a guitar player, and he taught me how to play when I was like 6 years old.
Son, you're never going to get laid playing that thing. Come on. Let me show you
Put the
something.
horn
Yeah.
away. Do this exactly. But, so yeah, I mean, all the influences. It's just amazing how you take all of those influences and it forms what you do creatively. So,
So then you're influenced with like John Philip Sousa and
well,
things like that.
not necessarily, but I've played some John Philip Sousa
Right.
before. But
Satchmo. You know.
yeah. No, it's all good. I mean, all music is good. You can draw a little bit of everything from all styles and make it your own too. So it's really cool.
Well, who's your top? Who's your desert island?
Oh my
disc?
gosh, I like bands like Blood, Sweat, and Tears, as a matter of fact, in Chicago, with horns and. But I also
that's
like
good.
the rock stuff too. I mean, I'm one of my biggest influences with the band Kansas. I mean, I got the opportunity to open for Kansas years ago, and it was incredible. It was really fun.
Wow, you guys opened for Kansas?
I got to record with John and Dino Elefante as well too up in Los Angeles, which was a really great experience for me. I was in awe and just like wow, this is
I'm in
crazy.
all right now.
Yeah, so,
Jesus.
I'm speechless.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Wow.
He's a great player and a great singer.
Thank you.
He's
Thank you.
got great talent.
You guys are too kind. I'll pay you later.
And he's pretty too. Look at him.
He's very handsome.
Fine,
Right?
fine young
Oh my
man.
God.
I gotta say, like right out of the gate, it's just people hearing your names: Thomas, Adam, Andy, Danny. You guys
It's like a
sound
boy
like a boy
band, I
band.
know.
Yeah, exactly.
Here they come walking down the street.
There's
I
no
love the
mistaking.
monkeys.
Every one of you is white. There's no mistaking.
We have the pictures to prove it.
Nice.
Play that funky music.
So did you-
white boy.
We should. We should play
Working
some
on that
funky
rhythm.
music, white boy, as in Big John. Should we? What do we want to do next? Do we want to do an old one? Wait,
What album?
Nothing Comes
That's off
Easy?
Reunion of Souls.
Ooh.
That's-
That's the one you guys just released, yes?
Yes.
Awesome. Yes, let's play that one. Nothing Comes Easy.
Reunion of Souls.
Off of their latest release, Reunion of Souls.
Oh yeah.
Woo. Kim's over here like, my goodness, I believe I have a case of the vapors.
I had to get a cool drink.
Take time to make time. You've got to pay your dues. Don't be surprised if every once in a while you get the blues. No one ever said that it would be easy. No one ever said that life wouldn't be a teaser. But don't you forget, curiosity killed the cat. To play the game, you're gonna win, sometimes you lose. But every once in a while, somebody's dreams come true.
There's no way I could have hit that note right there.
No one ever said that it would be easy. No one ever said that life wouldn't be a teaser. But don't you forget that curiosity killed the cat. Nothing comes easy. Nothing good comes easy. Nothing comes easy. Nothing good comes easy.
You know, when I close my eyes and I'm like trying to visualize this song, it's totally like some scantily clad girl like getting sprayed with a hose on the hood of a Viper or something, you know. And
It's like a White Snake video, right?
it's totally like a
There's a pull,
stripper
too,
song,
right?
you
Yeah,
know.
there's
It's
a
got
pull,
that
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
dirtiness to it. Yeah, exactly.
We
right.
got some hormones in this room right now.
Take time to make time. You've got to pay your dues. Don't you get surprised if every once in a while you get the blues.
Ooh, that one got me a little bit.
Nothing comes easy. Nothing good comes easy. Nothing comes easy. Nothing good comes easy. Every once in a while, some dreams come true. Don't be surprised when you're feeling blue. Nothing comes easy. No, no, no.
Nice ending. That was epic.
Thank you.
That was epic. Who wrote that? Who did that? I'm sure I know all you guys did, obviously. But the lyrics, there's got to be something behind that, right? That was you. Yes. I see the smile. He's like, yeah, that was
Yeah, that was
Proud
him.
Papa
Yeah,
over there.
yeah.
that was. Who's got 2 thumbs from the song? This
Well, does anything ever come easy that you really, really want badly?
No.
No, nothing good. Like you said.
I mean, let's face it, jail could come really
Pretty
easy if
easy.
you wanted to, right?
Yeah.
That is.
But it's staying out of jail.
That's the trick.
That's the son of a bitch right there.
We won't talk about
There's
that.
a fine line,
All the
fellas.
fun stuff gets you thrown in there.
Moving on.
So is that what Campground like? Is that a jail? Was that a jail story right there?
No,
We're
it
not going
wasn't.
to talk about
no,
that.
it
time.
was
Yeah.
not.
Can we change the subject?
Yeah.
We want to give a shout out to our boy Dino
Dino.
from the band Sled.
Yep.
Sled.
Oh,
They're
Dino,
playing with you
Dino.
guys
How's
that night?
Dino?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I would leave that to Danny, I think, stayed, or Adam is.
Yeah, I've known the Deluxe for a while.
Yeah, they've been around forever.
from Nemesis.
Yeah.
So, they've been, when they put together Sled, they've been doing a few opening shows over the past few years. And Dino was like, you guys, we got some shows coming up that you guys would probably be really good for, so he kicked us in on
Nice.
this show. And
Opening up for Jack Russell's Great White
Fabulous.
out at Mickey Rotten's.
Al
Also,
Cajon, the new Nicky Rotten.
Yes,
yeah,
and-
Yeah, there used to be the one in downtown.
Right.
They have relocated.
Nice.
quite
How's
good.
his health?
yeah,
Dino's
that's what I
health?
wanted to ask. How is his health?
I know it's-
seems to be doing good.
Yeah.
He's
Good
back
here.
home already. And,
Good.
and so, yeah.
That's good
Excellent.
news.
The Futon's
His-
thoughts are with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His goal was to be able to do that show, so that's what he's working toward, to get himself up
Nice.
to par to
To be able to play.
Yeah.
play that show.
That would
Nice.
be great.
Now, Jack Russell's Great White. Is this the same Great White, like the Great
Yes.
White?
Yes.
Yes.
So bring your asbestos gear and
Yeah, we won't be doing our pyrotechnics that night.
I'm going to be wearing fireproof underwear.
Cone
Yeah.
rounds on pyrotechnics.
Yeah, for those that don't know, there's actually 2 versions of Great White.
Okay.
When Jack Russell got ill and was in the hospital for a while with some illness and stuff, Great White found a fill-in singer to go out and still do
Those
shows until he
bastards.
got what's up with that?
The YouTube fill in, like
It-
found
yeah,
somebody online.
yeah.
In the Philippines. Yeah.
I think this was before YouTube, though.
Wasn't the journey?
This happened.
Jordan, exactly. Yeah, in the Philippines. Yeah.
And then, through whatever reasons, they just had issues coming back together. And one of the members in the band and then Jack Russell each owned 50% of
Okay.
Great White.
Okay, so it's kind of like a
Jeff
John
Tate.
Fogerty and like Creedence Revisited type
Yeah.
of thing.
Yeah.
where-
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Either that, Queensryche is
Queensryche,
another
yeah.
one.
Yes.
There's a couple of them out there.
LA Guns was
Oh yeah,
another
you got
one.
Tracy Guns and the
Exactly. So that was the thing. You have Great White, the band, with another singer, and then you got Jack Russell's Great White with the singer and another band.
I can
Skid
see
Row.
that getting really
We can keep
frustrating.
going.
Like you go in there and they're
I
like,
tell you.
"Man, you guys are a Great White tribute band. You guys sound awesome."
I don't get it.
No,
For me, it's the
we're Great
singer.
White, damn it.
No, you got to have Jack.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, and
Forget
that-
about
yeah,
it.
yeah.
That's
Exactly.
it.
It's kind of like coming back to Creedence. You got to have John. Got to
yeah,
have Fogerty.
absolutely.
In there.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
and
it's
it early on it was really confusing because they were both touring as Great White.
That's
so
confusing.
so when you knew Great White was coming to a show, you didn't know which one you were getting.
what if they ended up in the same town
So
together?
it's happened. It's happened.
Where do I
That's
get?
cosmic.
Word. But
When worlds collide.
But Jack
Running
Russell started
T-Rex.
putting his name in front of his version of it, so they knew exactly what they were getting. And honestly, I've never seen the other Great White, and I won't because
Well,
that band was it was his vocal, and that's
they made the band. Yeah.
it's
true
like
sound,
singing
yeah.
seeing Led
It's the
Zeppelin
sound of the
without
band.
hearing Robert Plant.
Right.
Well, The Rock tried to get another singer, and his name was Jimmy Crack Corn, and nobody seemed to
cared.
care. Yeah. So it didn't work.
He was better, and it just
there
it
will
made
be a
it made
sound.
us sound too good, and we just didn't want to sound that good, so we had to bring Tom back.
I'm putting an effect there. It's-
Jimmy was kind of stuck
yeah.
up. Yeah.
There's going to be a little drum hit there for you.
Right. We almost went with the guy, John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt. But unfortunately,
guy.
we auditioned another guy, and that was his name too.
Jimmy Crack Corn.
He always seemed to shout.
You're getting the horn. Wah, 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 wah.
The gong, really.
Danny, bring it out.
Oh Jesus! I can see where this episode's going. Quick, play music. The slow spiral. What's up next? What do we got?
Well, that depends. We can. Would you like to hear something a little more sensitive, or want
Tim does.
You want to?
Another little rocker.
Sensitive.
Because we've got two different songs on there that we can pull from. Well, there's one called "I Pledge." It's brand spanking new, and it is completely different than pretty much anything else that we've done.
Sounds very patriotic.
Why not?
Yeah. Well, then maybe we should do that. I pledge to play this song right now. What album's this off of?
It's going to be
New
off.
one.
Love is the light.
Love is a light. You said that already.
When I look into your eyes, my soul flies away.
Big John's over here doing interpretive dance.
I'm free and alive. When I touch your warm embrace, I quiver like a child. When I breathe your loving breath, I taste your life. You're every lesson that I've learned. You're every dream that I dream. You are delicate like a flower. You're my reflection. You're my mirror. I pledge my heart to you. I promise myself I will always be true. I pledge my life to you. I give you my love. I am yours through and through.
This song is beautiful. No joke, I think I seriously found a part of myself I never thought existed. And I hope I can get your guys' permission to
Your
play
vagina.
this at my wedding when me and Big John share our first dance together.
Is it that part that she couldn't find?
Or is it just something you can't see?
This is a tough room.
But no, in all seriousness, no, this sounds like an epic wedding song. You know, first dance or even a walk down the aisle or afterwards. This is, I believe you when you said you would pledge your heart to me, even though I know you're married probably.
You were feeling.
We'll talk later.
It's rock and roll, man.
I promise myself I will always be true. I pledge my life to you. I give you my love. I am yours through and
Yes. chills
Nice.
up and down my spine right now.
beautiful.
Bravissimo!
Thank you.
That was beautiful. That was really good.
It was beautiful.
You know what? That song doesn't really have to deal with, it could be your girlfriend, absolutely, but it could be everything. Your mom and your dad, your
Spirituality,
friends,
whatever it is that you're
your
thinking.
When I
animals,
ordered that Hodad's
anything.
bacon cheeseburger. and I'm
That's
like,
right. Yeah,
That sounds really good.
He's so deep. He's so deep.
No, but really, that song right there, out of everything that we done from the 80s and even up to date, is completely different from anything we did. And Adam did it in a killer nylon string lead there. It was it's just different.
Brought a little something else to the table. And I love it that you guys are powerful on both ends of the spectrum. You know, from what I've heard today, you guys can definitely rock the house, and at the same time, you can, dry my tear ducts, All it needs is just like a little purple lighting or something, and I'm done. I'm a wreck. Like ugly cry,
I think he needs a hug.
Quick, get him a tissue.
Exactly, right. There'd be way too many tissues. And then people would have questions.
It's really emotional when you find that part of yourself that was missing.
Yes. I see what you did there.
We've got pictures to prove it.
Oh, no.
Those are going on the website, too. www.dustyfuton.com. Speaking of websites, where can people go and find you up on the interwebs?
It is www.therock.me.
TheRock.me.
Yeah,
I was
Rock
going to
Me.
say, how did you get TheRock.anything?
Yeah,
No
therock.me.
kidding.
Yeah.
So TheRock.me.
Luckily
We'll
for the
rock you.
internet, they have all sorts of, dot something or other. So you just take your pick.
Good job. Nice job.
Very nice. And, of course, we've also got you on Facebook, and that's at The Rock San Diego. How did they put that one up, Big John? How's that one displayed?
It's The Rock. Is The Rock San Diego or The Rock 1986?
That is
It's
the
the
question.
Rock,
I'm
the Rock
confused.
Band 1986.
Yeah.
There we go,
1986?
The Rock
Band
Band.
The Rock Band.
1986.
All lowercase.
Yes.
Nice.
Awesome. While you're on there, also check us out. We put up our episodes in the past. We also promote events coming up on our Facebook page at Dusty Futon and on Twitter at Dusty Futon. And thank you all for joining us this evening. Thank you guys, especially The Rock, joining us today on the Futon.
Thank you.
Thank
for having
you.
us.
Thank you for coming, fellas. Thank you.
And we'll see you guys June 9th over at
Nicky Rotten's.
in El Cajon.
Yeah.
With Jack Russell's Great White.
It's a date.
Hey,
Who
Jack
cares
Russell's
about
great
them,
one.
really? We're really going there to go see
I
The Rock.
know.
Honestly.
I just had to throw it out there.
Right? Right. And with a name like The Rock in El Cajon, you're going to get a bunch of curious
Ooh.
people coming in.
It's going to be a packed house.
What's going on here? What? No cover? Sweet. All right.
I don't need anything to eat. I'm fine.
But I may be hungry later.
A little fidgety.
Jesus. Yes. Thank you guys for coming out here on the Dusty Futon. It's been awesome.
Thank
Yes.
you.
I want to say thank you again to the guys of The Rock for coming down and having a seat on the futon with us. Thank you to Tyler for hosting this episode. And thank you to Spicy Kim of Wicked Tone Entertainment for being the executive producer and co-host for this episode. I'm Big John, your engineer and producer for this episode. Don't forget, we now have merchandise to sell, t-shirts and the whatnot. Go ahead and head over to dustyfuton.com/merch to get your t-shirts now. If you want to hear what's coming out, what's going on for the next week or two and down in the scene of San Diego, don't forget to check out our concert reports released Wednesday on the same channel. So all you got to do is subscribe, whether it's on Spotify, iHeartRadio, iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, any of those places. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a single episode. We also have a Patreon page if you want to get some behind-the-scenes information and some special goodies that are going to be coming in the future. You can go to check that out at patreon.com/thedustyfuton, where you can directly support The Dusty Futon. Also, don't forget to check us out at dustyfuton.com, where you can get access to every episode ever created by The Dusty Futon from Season 1 debut back in April 2015 to now. I hope you enjoyed this production of the Dusty Futon LLC, and this episode was sponsored by Backstage 360. Don't forget to go to backstage360.com to check them out. They are the musician's media. Thanks again for tuning in, and we'll see you next episode right here on the Dusty Futon.